Hey guys, it's me, Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration. I'm so happy you're here. Please subscribe and make sure you ring that bell. Today's collaboration with Take 5 is Potluck Creative Playlist. It's Creator's Choice. Your hosts are Jeannie from Jeannie's Palette, myself from Funky Junk Inspiration, and Mary from The Painted Peach. We'd love it if you'd subscribe to our channels. DIY number 1. As you can tell right here, I've got some scrapbook paper out. I have 5 different scrapbook papers. I'm cutting them into squares. A 2-inch square, a 2.5-inch square, 3-inch square, 3.5-inch square, and a 4-inch square. And we are going to make a fun little Christmas tree. Okay, right now I'm taking my tool and making a crease from corner to corner. You're wanting to fold these into a triangle. You're going to do this both directions, and you'll see me do that here in just a second. Here we go with the second way. So we have a cross on the bottom side of this. Alright, so now we're just going to fold it in half. Okay, what we're doing is we are making these into a triangle, see? We're kind of pushing those straight edges in and then folding out into the triangle. So, kind of like we used to do when we were kids when we made the cootie catchers, is what we're doing here. Alright, I'm kind of showing you what it's going to look like when we get it done. They kind of fold into one another. So what I'm going to do here is we've got to distress the edges, of course. We don't want any white showing or anything like that, so we've got to do the edges all up. So that's what we're going to do here. We're doing this with our distress ink. And I had a little bit of where I didn't fold over perfectly, so I needed to cut that off with the scissors. So I cut that off. I have to do that on a couple of them. Alright, so again, I'm just kind of showing you, just kind of wanted to look at it again and see if it's exactly how I want it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this tag that I have here, and I have all these dictionary pages, and we're going to use the dictionary pages as a background on this tag. And as I'm laying it on here, I decided that I needed to get that white section out of the middle. I just want words on there. Alright, so as you can see, I am using Mod Podge here, and I'm just putting Mod Podge all over the tag, and then I'm putting my dictionary page right there on top. Okay, so now we're putting the second dictionary page on top there. I'm just covering the whole thing with Mod Podge just to make sure it's all down there real good. Just flipping that up, and I'm going to wipe the Mod Podge off my table right there. Now I'm going to take my dryer and get this good and dry so that we can glue our other piece on, our Christmas tree on. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over, and I'm just going to cut around the tag to get the excess off. Now you could sand this if you want to. It just all depends on what you find easiest. I just thought it'd be easier just to sand that, to cut it. And now I'm just going to distress my edges. I'm going to go over the whole thing and just kind of antique that up so it looks like it's been around for a minute. Need to poke a hole where the hole was, and I just took a pin cap to do that. No big deal. Alright, so now I need a trunk. So I'm just going to take this other tag, and I'm going to cut this little square off, rectangle off, and we're going to glue that right down there on the bottom. And now I have a wooden star here. Instead of getting my paint out, I just went ahead and used the ink. I figured that was just as easy. Now I'm going to use my glue stick here to glue my stuff on. I absolutely love this glue stick. It's a Scotch glue stick, and I think it works really well. It's a wet glue stick, so it stays wet for a minute, so you have time to position your stuff around and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just stacking these up and gluing them together. And I'm just checking to see what it's going to look like on the tag. Now I want to glue down my corners, and you'll see here I have a little trouble here. It kind of comes apart, but you know, no big deal. Just you know, just go with the flow, right? Go with the flow. I set that bottle of Mod Podge on top of there to just kind of hold that down. I'm going to hold this for a second, and then I'm going to re-glue that on. No big deal. No biggie. Alright, let's let that dry for just a couple minutes. Not really minutes, actually just a couple seconds. And so now we're going to glue that on there. So I'm just going to use the glue stick again and put glue all over the back of this and put it there on our tag, just like that. I'm going to push that down. Now I'm going to use Stick Fast when I glue the star on. Now I want to distress the back of the tag because you will see the back of the tag. Now this could be used as a tag on a gift, it could be used as an ornament on your Christmas tree, it could be used to just put a note on the back to send something fun to somebody, whatever you think. Okay, back to the Stick Fast. I'm going to use the Stick Fast to put this wooden star on top just because it's two different materials and stuff, and it's a little bit heavier than paper, so that's what I did there. So I'm going to take this piece of ribbon. It's got frayed edges on it. I love this ribbon. That's the last that I have. I don't have any more. I'm going to have to find some more. And just make that look like a tag. Like I said, you can use that for whatever you'd like to use it for. Alright, let's go to DIY number 2. Okay, we're going to take some clothespins. Who doesn't have clothespins hanging around, right? We're just going to separate all of them and get all the metal pieces off. And I am going to use my Valspar Antiquing Glaze, which I absolutely love, and darken 4 of these up. Now you'll notice I did take apart quite a few clothespins, but really only going to use 8 of them here. I'm going to darken up 4 of them with the Valspar Antiquing Glaze, and then the other 4 we're going to leave plain, just to see the difference in the 2 projects. Staining the clothespins and then not staining the clothespins. Now I ended up using my brush. Usually I just wipe on this Valspar Antiquing Glaze, but I use the brush because there's a lot of little nooks and crannies on these clothespins. Alright, so there we've got our 4. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and get them good and dry. And then I'm going to glue them together, back side together, so all the little grooves and stuff are to the outside. Okay, so I'm just putting some hot glue on there and just pinching it together and holding it until it gets you know, stuck together. I did that to each one, and now I'm going to glue them together at the bottom where it's straight. So we've kind of got a V there. You see how it's kind of like a V? And I'm going to get me a rusty bell out, and we're going to glue the rusty bell right down here at the point. If you can't tell already, we're making a reindeer. It already looks like a reindeer with the little holes that are already in the clothespins. But I'm just going to take these googly eyes right here. Give him some fun little googly eyes, or her, whatever. And then I took this wreath here and I unrolled it, and here you can see I'm untying it and unrolling it. It's got a wire in it. I'm just going to kind of hook that around there. And I kind of fought with it a little bit because I wanted to move the berry. Then I decided to take the berry off. Then I decided to move it. I just did all kinds of things trying to get it figured out exactly. But what I basically ended up doing was wrapping it around there. Didn't really need any glue or anything because it's wire and it would hook on there. And I put some glue because I messed up my little berry a little bit. But I just glued that back down. And I got some jute to make us a little hanger here. And I got to thinking about it after I did this and this one, and I do the second one a little bit different. Alright, so I just tied that, basically tied it onto the wire piece, the wired green ring. And now we're just going to take this sweet little gingham black and white bow and just put it up there at the top. Now we have this cute little reindeer ornament. Isn't that adorable? Alright, so now we're going to do it without staining the clothespins. And I'm also going to go ahead and put the jute in between the two pieces of clothespin. My mind went blank. And I'm going to do that on each side. So they're going to be connected with the jute at the top, so that that's already smushed in there real good for when you hang it up. Now just glue it at the bottom, going through the exact same steps as we did before. Okay, I did end up taking the jute at the top and tying a little knot in it so it had more of a hoop at the top. I just thought it looked a little bit neater. Alright, so here are our two finished projects. We could call them ornaments, we could call them gift tags, whatever you want to call them. Again, my name is Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration. I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel and please ring the bell.